Now we got to talk about RG3 saying that Caleb Williams should pull a Eli Manning power play and refuse to play for the Chicago Bears. I get that RG3 believes that he has Caleb Williams' best interest at heart, but Caleb Williams is already behind the eight ball trying to beat those diva allegations. He spent the entire draft evaluation process so far trying to justify painting his nails, crying after losses, following Lincoln Riley to LA instead of being loyal to the Oklahoma Sooners. And then there was the rumors about him wanting part ownership of the team that drafts him and his dad's comments about not wanting to play for certain franchises. Robert, I gotta be honest, this ain't helping Caleb at all. I'm on record saying that I draft Caleb Williams #1 no matter what. And I had Matt Verderam on my show outlining the exact scenario of the Bears trading off Justin Fields in order to draft Caleb Williams. Now, this move isn't a surprise to me, and if you've consumed any of the Unafraid Show content, it shouldn't be a surprise to you either. But should Caleb Williams refuse to add his name to what has been one of the NFL's premier quarterback graveyards? Should he tell Chicago? No. Hell no. Absolutely not. What RG3 is saying, though, is that Caleb Williams should look at how the Bears turned Justin Fields from the 11th overall pick to a conditional day 3 pick in just 33 short months. And in a way, he is right. The Bears 100% did do that. But the devil is in the details. And that was former Bears general manager Ryan Pace, who in his 7 years at the helm put together the second lowest winning percentage of any GM in franchise history. We're in the Ryan Poles era now. And Poles, he might not have been able to do enough to build around Justin Fields in time for the franchise to be able to justify picking up his fifth-year option instead of resetting with Caleb Williams. But because of Poles, Williams is walking into a vastly different situation than Justin Fields did. DJ Moore and Keenan Allen combined for 2,600 yards receiving last year, and those are going to be his weapons starting day one. And probably most importantly, they added 4 offensive linemen with starting experience to help pair and develop with last year's number 10 overall pick, offensive tackle Darnell Wright. They added Pro Bowl running back DeAndre Swift and 7-year NFL veteran tight end Gerald Everett. They hired Shane Waldron to run the offense. This is the same man that had Seattle Seahawks offense playing shockingly well after they traded Russell Wilson. And this is the exact type of roster that would have let us see what Justin Fields was really capable of. And this is a better offensive roster than probably half the league right now. And Caleb Williams gets the keys to drive it on day one. But please don't put him in charge of it unless he's 100% ready, so you don't ruin the kid. Why the hell would Caleb Williams pass up on this opportunity? Because surely it's not out of respect for the brotherhood of quarterbacks. And it's definitely not out of self-preservation. Where the hell is he going to force a trade to? That would be a better opportunity than Chicago right now. Could it be his hometown Commanders? And RG3 should know better than anybody that if we're basing things on the history of how a franchise treats its quarterbacks, you can't have Washington on the list. And how about the team that has a number 3 overall pick, the New England Patriots? Because they haven't had a 1,000-yard receiver in the last 4 years. And do we think that Juju Smith-Schuster is breaking that streak in 2024? No. And maybe RG3 wants Caleb to really go full Eli Manning and force his way to the New York Giants. The same New York Giants that Saquon Barkley just left because his last 4 seasons combined, he averaged less than 4 yards a carry. Caleb Williams, he's going to be able to make up for some bad blocking with his feet, but he's not Michael Vick. He's not Lamar Jackson. And he's going to get run through by Michael Parsons and some other cats in the NFC East with that Giants offensive line. So the way I see it, Caleb Williams' choices are basically to accept the challenge that comes with being the number 1 overall pick, the money, the prestige, and everything else, and trust that the Chicago Bears and Ryan Poles have his best interest in mind. Or he can try to force his way to Minnesota so he can play in a dome and throw to Justin Jefferson, but it might actually take Minnesota giving up half of its 10,000 lakes to make that work? And do we really think that they'd be willing to do that when they didn't even want to match the years and the money Kirk Cousins got from Atlanta? The best thing for Caleb Williams to do would be to embrace being number one, to be humbled by the efforts Ryan Poles has gone through in order to help him succeed right away, and go out and smash Jay Cutler's franchise passing records before signing his record-breaking second contract. Let that sink in.